So I made it. I'm here. I made it to the end of week 7 of The Artist's Way, and boy, it was not easy. So let's get into it. So this week was all about connection. Now, I interpreted this not just connecting with myself, because I think throughout the course, you are reconnecting with who you truly are. But I think this week was a lot more than just myself. It was all about connecting, reconnecting with loved ones. I did that on Monday on Labor Day, which is really great. I shared a couple of laughs and, just all this expression of love and support and warmth and all those things that everybody deserves in their lives. I got to reconnect with that, which I think was really awesome. I showed up for myself in a really big way. I don't want to say too much about it right now, but I showed up in my with I showed up for myself in such a big way that I'm so proud that I did that because I didn't self sabotage myself, even though the inner voices in my head were going, "You can't do this. This is uncomfortable. This is going to cause obstacles or challenges for you." All those little things, I just kind of ignored the inner critic and I went for it, even though it's a little bit scary because my life can change with this decision. Like this choice that I made this week with how I showed up, it can very well change my life. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Huh. It's huge, guys. It's huge. It's a huge step for me. Um, and it's really, really scary. But I'm really glad that I did what I did. And I hope that I can be an inspiration to other people as well that are, sharing dreams and want to make certain dreams come true for themselves, but are scared to move. I would say if it feels right to you, go for it. Move and do what you need to do to start getting the ball rolling on a couple of dreams that you want for yourself. And this week, yes, there's tasks as usual at the end of the chapter, but I didn't really focus on those, you guys. I didn't really resonate with a lot of them. Or maybe just like one or two will take care of itself. But what I really resonated with were the exercises. I can't even speak. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Were the exercises, there we go, within the chapter itself. So the first one was the jealousy map. Now, this is where Julia describes jealousy as a snake. And what happens when a snake bites you? What do you need to do? You need to get an antidote in your body or you're going to die from the venom, right? So, in this case, what you had to do was to set up your page in 3 columns. So, one column was for naming the people that you were jealous of, the second column was for putting the reasons of why you were jealous of those people, and the third reason was your antidote or your action steps of how you're going to create the same dream that they're experiencing. What can you do to take steps toward the dream that you want that they already accomplished? So, for example, I was jealous of a famous author because she's writing for kids. Now, what was my action steps for that? Well, it was just putting myself out there, right? It's putting myself out there. And that was my action step. So it's very important that we work with the jealousy when we feel it. We don't want to bring other people down with what we feel. I don't think jealousy is unhealthy as a whole, but it's what we do with it that can make it very unhealthy and a little bit dangerous too. So I'm glad that there's an exercise that we can do whenever we feel that way, um, of of you know changing course with that. How can jealousy direct us? So, for example, if I was jealous of a YouTuber, well, what can I do about that? Well, I can make videos, right? That's exactly what I'm doing. I also had an insight this morning when I was in the shower. Now it's funny because people always say that I daydream a lot when I'm in the shower. That's why I take forever. I'm always daydreaming in the shower for some reason. So it's really funny when I get picked on for that. But it is true. I usually do go in a trance whenever I'm in that water. And and things just come to me, realizations come to me because I'm in a place where I can just sit there in the bathtub with my thoughts and things kind of go, oh, well, that makes sense, right? So I realized that there were opportunities that were in my life that were time based, which basically means they were time sensitive and I had to make a decision eventually because that opportunity may not be available forever. And there were times where I acted appropriately and I was able to embrace the opportunity that was in front of me, right? So a good example of this, and I can't believe it, was the freelance writer and editor micro credential program at Sheridan College. That was available 2 years ago, but guess what, you guys? It is no longer being offered. So there you go. Sometimes you have to not rush, but really make a decision and stick with it if you want to do a course or program, especially if that program resonates with you and it will lead you to where you want to end up. The other thing that was very interesting was that I remembered that I had a professor in my last year of college. He was with us um, throughout our program experience at Sheridan. He was the program coordinator, so he was the head of the program. And he gave me an opportunity to study journalism and new media. Now, I didn't take it because I didn't feel like it was the right fit for me. But what does journalism new media focus on? On camera work mostly, right? And what's really funny, here we are today. I am doing on camera work by sitting here and talking to you guys with this camera. So all these little moments that I've experienced, like all these like little courses, they weren't for nothing. I had a video editing course back in college. So again, I'm relearning all this stuff because I've forgotten what I learned. So it's all just about relearning and then be like, oh, now that I'm relearning it, I'm remembering what I learned, right? I'm re-remembering it, so to say. So it's just really interesting. All these like little micro moments that I had when I was in college for the very first time. It's all leading up to me being on YouTube right now and documenting my progress through the artist way through this like little video project. Sorry, I'm stuttering today because I'm so excited. Um, so yeah, so there's that realization that nothing that I did was for nothing, even though the traditional journalism pathway isn't something that's going to make me feel happy and fulfilled for the rest of my life. You know what's going to make me happy and fulfilled for the rest of my life? Writing about or reviewing video games, reviewing books, maybe even writing for kids, all those three things are going to make me feel like so fulfilled and so happy. That's just really important to me at this point in my life and being a creative, embracing all of that. So I think that this is just very important to keep in mind, just to get really honest with myself. And there was a moment this week where I didn't do the morning journaling. Yep, I missed it, guys. I missed it, but I gave myself grace. I said, you know what? My body needed more rest, and more rest is what it got. And it's different because it wasn't me self sabotaging the whole process. It was me being really honest and saying, you know what? I can't show up for myself today for the journaling portion of it because I need to rest, but I will show up tomorrow. You know what I mean? And I did that. And so it was just really humbling to realize that it's been a very emotional and tiring experience. This is a program that I could, if I'm going to revisit this in the near future, I'm probably just going to revisit this maybe once a year, or if I need to reread a chapter for encouragement, I will do it. But this is a lot of hard work, y'all. This is no joke. This really gets into the nitty gritty of what's going on with you and what you want more out of your life. And there might be a few tears along the way, and realizing like, oh my God, I didn't take the right program. but it's not too late. The only time it's too late for somebody is if you're not in on this planet anymore, you know? But you have time, you know, to turn things around. So there's that. Um, but it's been a crazy week. Excuse me. It's been a crazy week. It's been a eye-opening week. I'm looking forward to week 8, which is recovering a sense of strength, and it's just things are a little scary. They're a little uncomfortable, but I know I'm going to be better for it. So, have a good weekend, everybody. I love you guys so much, and thank you for being on this journey with me. Take care. Bye bye.